Okay, let's dive right into this. We've all seen AI that can chat, right? AI that can write things for us, summarize documents. But what happens when AI stops just talking about the work and actually starts doing it? That's what we're going to get into today. This rise of a completely new kind of AI, one that's way less of a chatbot and a lot more like a digital teammate. And this quote right here from Yijit Gune at CLEATUS, it just hits the nail on the head. It totally reframes the entire challenge. Think about it. Winning in these high-stakes industries like government contracting, it's not just about who can write the most perfect sentence. No way. It's about who can master the entire complex, messy, interconnected process. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The generative AI we've all gotten used to. I mean, it was a massive leap forward for creating content, for sure. But it doesn't really solve that core problem, that workflow challenge that actually determines who wins and who loses. Look, tools like ChatGPT have made us incredibly fast at cranking out text. And hey, that's valuable, don't get me wrong. But being super fast at one single step doesn't really matter if the rest of your workflow is clunky and disconnected. The real competitive advantage comes from who can manage the whole shebang, from start to finish, way more effectively. And this right here, this shows you exactly what that process looks like in the real world. You can see it's not a straight line, it's a constant loop. You're doing research, you're analyzing who you're up against, building a strategy, making sure you're compliant, and then you draft. All before you have to review everything and adapt, which starts the whole cycle all over again. You know that generative AI? It's great for step 5, drafting. But what about everything else? So this is where our brand new concept comes into play, Agentic AI. It's a whole new operating model, and it's designed specifically to tackle these messy multi-step workflows. You can really think of it as the next evolution of AI in the workplace. So what is it exactly? Well, an agentic AI isn't just a chatbot that gives you an answer and then stops. Not at all. It's an AI that can actually understand a complex goal, come up with a plan, take action, check its own work, and then keep going until that job is actually done. It's a huge shift from a reactive AI to a truly proactive one. You can kind of break down the whole agentic process into 4 key steps. First, it figures out a plan, a path to the goal. Then, it uses a whole set of tools to actually take action. And this next part is absolutely crucial. It checks its own work to see if it's on track. And finally, it iterates. It learns and adjusts and keeps trying until the job is complete. That's what gives it that autonomy. But here's the thing. You can't just flip a switch and have this super powerful AI agent appear out of nowhere. Building a true AI teammate is a 2-layer process, and it all has to start with a rock-solid foundation of data. You really have to earn the right to autonomy. So layer 1 is all about the data. In a field like government contracting, the data you need is, well, it's a mess. It's fragmented, it's all over the place, and there is a ton of it. So the first absolutely massive job is building this industrial scale pipeline that can take all of that chaos and transform it into structured, reliable intelligence that an AI can actually depend on. And just to give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about here, the data foundation for a system like this has already processed over 10 billion tokens of information. That is just a staggering amount of data to get through. And to put that number into perspective for you, 10 billion tokens is roughly the same as processing the entire English version of Wikipedia. We are talking about a massive, sustained effort to turn messy public information into pure, structured intelligence. Okay, so once you've done all that hard work, once you have that clean, reliable data foundation, then you can build the second layer on top of it. And this is the agentic execution layer. This is where the magic happens. It's where the AI goes from just knowing things to actively doing things with that knowledge. We're talking about an AI that doesn't just chat, it executes. But for an AI to actually do something, to execute a task, it needs a toolkit, right? I mean, just like you or me, an agent needs the right set of tools to get the job done out in the real world. An agent's toolkit really has 2 parts. On one side, you have these generic building blocks. These are universal skills, like being able to read and retrieve information or search the web. But the real power comes when you combine those with highly specialized, domain-specific intelligence. For government contracting, that means things like being able to discover new contract opportunities or research what competitors are charging. It's this fusion of general skills and deep, expert knowledge that lets an AI do really complex and meaningful work. So, What does this all add up to in practice? How does an AI that actually performs these complex tasks change things for a real human team? Well, the goal here isn't replacement, it's all about augmentation. Just think about the contrast here. Traditional software forces you into its rigid little box, right? It's all about checklists and fixed fields. It makes you conform to it. An agentic workflow completely flips that on its head. It learns and adapts to your unique playbook, your specific process. It augments the way you already win. And this is so important. Great teams don't win because they follow the exact same process as everybody else. They win because they have a unique process, their own secret sauce that works for them. Agentic AI is about taking that unique advantage and giving it the power to scale like never before. So how does it really change the game on a day-to-day basis? Well, it just compresses the time between all those different steps in the workflow loop. It gets rid of all that tedious manual glue work that slows everybody down. It connects the research you do directly to the final product, and it lets your teams iterate and adapt way faster. Basically, we're moving from AI that just sounds smart to AI that actually gets the work done. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. We've spent the last couple of years being completely amazed by AI that can give us answers. But what happens to our work, our industries, our own potential when our AI can actually do the work right there alongside us?
A special thank you to MarketUS.com for furnishing us this information. You can reach them at MarketUS.com or call them at 954-636-3232. Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS.com team. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's right below the subscribe link.